I started my art career making toys that my parents couldn't afford. Let me not throw them under the bus. Toys that they didn't really think they needed to pay for that would have helped me fit in a little bit more. I rhymed that, that was cool. I was the kid that didn't fit in. I didn't belong. First generation, my parents are Nigerian. And I spent a lot of time making the things that I thought would make me cool and the things that I thought would bring me happiness. But I never thought of that as being an artist. I just thought of it as a necessity. I ended up making things that were more unique to me, and because I would spend a lot of time by myself, well, I was smart, so I would spend some time by myself, and then with the Asian kids that would hang out with me, because I was in all the classes with them, right? I thought I could bring one of these toys that I didn't really think were cool, but they were cool to me, to recess one day. So I figured I'm in the corner, nobody's gonna mess with me, right? And here comes the cool kid, right? Now he wants to holler at me, right? What's that, Shala? Nothing. Yo, let me see. Ooh. So I used to make these little figurines that would move and do different things, right? So he says, man, that's cool. You did that? You made that? Yeah. Come see what Shala's doing. Oh, no. And the girls came too. Everybody came. Man. Oh, that's cool. Now, there were a few people who tried to make fun of me, right? But he stood up for him. He's like, hey, that's cool. Matter of fact, he's making me a custom one. He didn't say custom, but that's what he meant, right? He's making me a custom one tomorrow, ain't you, Shala? Yeah, for sure. You can't pay for that kind of influencer marketing, you know what I'm saying? Fast forward, I start making custom toys for everybody, right? So it's about a month, 2 months later, whatever, we're at recess, and everybody, not everybody, but most people had my toys. I had created a wave, y'all. I created a trend. I created a movement. I created culture. And in that moment, I got that art creates culture. Art pervades culture. And culture is what changes the world. It's not politics. It's not policy. It's culture. When art shows you the differences between people and how people can get along in movies and music, that affects the children, which then grow up to make this world a little bit better of a place, right? Which then determines policy and sometimes presidents. Fast forward, I grew up to make bigger toys. Ooh, nice, right? And that's the hero story, but let me tell you real life. So real life, fast forward, is I thought I could affect culture by doing what I was supposed to do. So I went into marketing, I went into design, I did everything else but become an artist because I thought that's what you're supposed to do. When you're born to Nigerian parents, you're not a starving artist. You are somebody that's gonna make them proud. It's already problematic that you're calling yourself art or design because they don't know what that is. Are you a doctor, a lawyer, or what? Engineer. Okay, you are a designing engineer. I'm a designing engineer. So I was in marketing for a while. You're doing marketing, advertise. I'm doing marketing for a while. I hated it. I hate selling things to people that they didn't really need. So I quit. And I'm not gonna tell you about that dark period. That's another TED Talk, right? I'm sure some of y'all feel me though, right? So I quit. But I was so happy because now I could declare myself an artist. And I went around telling everybody I was an artist. I'm an artist. I created it. I'm an artist. People started to listen to me as an artist. So I created this form. Now, I don't solely own it. Nobody shoot me, right? But I decided to start merging technology with art. And I called it solar art. I Googled it. It already exists, whatever, but I'm owning it. It's mine, right? So I make solar murals and sculptures that generate electricity. This one in particular, the Bronzeville Solar Pyramid, attracts electricity from the sun during the day and it illuminates at night. And then the excess energy is then available to supply to the gallery next door. Now, thankful to ComEd. Oh, did I get applause? What? Cool. Y'all could tell I was a little nervous. That was awesome. Keep it coming. All right, so thankful to ComEd and the city of Chicago, they gave me the money to do this. I got an opportunity to work with about 60 STEM students, high school students, around making hieroglyphics for this pyramid. So we had a seminar, and we spoke about how the first language for human beings is visual, right? We see everything as images first. Like, for instance, the, right? T-H, the, T-H-E. That's not really the is D-U-H, right? The, right? But you see the forms, T-H-E, and you know it's the because you've been taught that. So consider most of the words you see are just pictures. We're visual first. So we had that conversation. We had the conversation about languaging, using images and symbols, and what that really means, and how can you express who you really are through visual characteristics and symbols, right? We spoke about modern hieroglyphics, logos, right? Everybody recognize that one right there, right? But why is it when it flips over and changes the color, it turns to something else? Because we're visual first. Oh, y'all seeing it? Who's catching? 44, 45. All right. Everybody, we all together? Okay, for sure. I love this slide. They loved it too. They got it. They got that they can create their own imagery, right? So they went at it. Why did I get a bunch of basketballs, hearts, stars, and that weird S thing we all made as shorties? I'm like, no. Blow it up. I had them flip the paper and scrabble all over it. Scrabble. Had them scribble all over it, right? And I said, I want you to come with new ideas. Who are you? Show me who you are, right? Let's blow up the basketball. Let's blow up the hearts. Let's blow up the stars. Create a new form, a new language, a new visual language. Look at the forms you're creating as you scribble. Start cutting them out. What can you create with that, right? And it was interesting, man. They had the same experience that I had as a shorty when I was on not the court, in the playground. They got to experience themselves creating things. They started to work with each other, and they were inspiring each other, creating new forms. They got to really see that they could be creative. Even those of them who say, I'm not really an artist, Mr. Akintunde, got a chance to see that they really were artists. And what came from that were new hieroglyphics, new forms, mixing some of the stuff that they knew with who they really were, who they really wanted to be. We are in the age of the robots. The robots are here, y'all. AI technology, it's a wrap. And they're not going anywhere. It's only going to get worse, better, however. But what's going to make you different from the robot? What's going to make you different from technology? They can read contracts. They can design, make cars. What makes you different? And they're way cheaper. They don't have to go boo-boo. They don't need coffee. They'll just get it done. Look at the workforce now. Look at what it was just in the 80s. It's only going to get worse, better. I'll leave that to you. Well, who are you going to be in the age of the robot? How are you going to stand out as an individual? Right? What makes you different? Well, we're human, right? That's what makes you different. Being human. Having the ability to express yourself and express your unique ideas, because that's all art really is. Now remember, art creates culture, right? So that means you have the ability with your unique ideas to create culture. Now let that sink in, right? I affected, 20 students? What could you do in your environment when you express your unique ability to create? You're creating now anyway. Own it. We like to believe there's a left and a right brain, right? The right brain is the creative side. The left brain is the logical side. The robots are taking over that side, right? So I like to argue, or I like to assert, that it's all creative. logic, non-logic, it's all created. It's all manifested by you. Now, are you going to give yourself permission to be great? Are you going to give yourself permission to be the creative being you really are? When you're not creating, you're surviving. It's just what it is. And you don't have to survive the life you have to create the life you want. You just don't. You are going to be the greatest masterpiece you ever create. And your art is going to change the world. If you let it. Thank you.